For some reason, I feel like Bergen is still slept on, and it ended up being one of my favorite cities in Norway. So in this video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about visiting Bergen, Norway, including how to get here through Norway in a nutshell, what it's like as a solo traveler, where to stay, how to prepare for the weather, my exact itinerary, and the things I genuinely think are worth doing while you're here. Hi, I'm 𝗧𝗢𝗡. I'm a travel creator sharing weekly vlogs, guides, and tips to help you explore the world, plus creator advice to grow your brand and land collaborations. Now, while Oslo is the capital city, Bergen is one of those smaller cities with a more traditional, relaxed vibe. Bergen feels cozy, atmospheric, and nature-focused. It's smaller than Oslo, way more walkable, and honestly feels like the kind of place where the weather becomes part of the experience. One thing you absolutely need to know before coming to Bergen is that the rain is extremely common here. While researching for the trip, I discovered that it rains like on average 200 something days out of the year, which is quite a bit, to be honest. When I visited, I got lucky and didn't experience any heavy rain and literally just sprinkled for a few minutes. Luckily, it was during the time that I was walking back to my hotel, so I didn't really experience the rain like some people do. It was pretty cloudy. The sun would peek out every now and then, but I feel like that day was like a true depiction of Bergen's weather. But even with all the weather changes throughout the day, it still felt beautiful. I would definitely recommend packing a waterproof jacket or a jacket that does good in the rain, a small umbrella, shoes, not any fancy heels or anything, and then layers. The good news about the rain in Bergen is they're not new to this, they're true to this. So the cafes are like extra cozy. The harbor gets very atmospheric. It just feels like it's meant to be a rainy city, a rainy destination. I personally think late spring through early fall is the best time to visit Bergen. The summer gives you longer daylight hours, better hiking conditions, more fjord tours, and a lot more outdoor seating. But shoulder season feels really nice because it already has a cozy atmosphere naturally. I visited in the spring, the first week of April to be exact. It felt way less crowded, the accommodation was pretty cheap, and I still got plenty of daylight for exploring. Like I said earlier, the weather was pretty good to be a rainy city. For accommodation, I stayed at Citybox, Bergen City, which felt like a great option for solo travelers. It was probably a 10-minute walk to like the main city area if you become a Citybox member, which you just sign up for as you're looking at openings or whatever. If they have the availability, they will upgrade you, which they did to me. I don't think they said anything, but I booked the smallest rooms that you can, and my room was big, okay? Like I had a little chair in front of a vanity, huge bathroom. I had a lot of space. So if you're going during that shoulder season time and you're a member, you might get that upgrade like me. Because Bergen is pretty walkable, you definitely want to stay in an area where you can get to all the main attractions because it definitely makes a huge difference, especially if you're limited on time. If you're liking this video so far, make sure you give it a like and subscribe for more Norway content. I got to Bergen from Oslo by doing the famous Norway in a nutshell journey, and it was even more beautiful and scenic and fun than I even expected. It ended up being one of the highlights of my entire trip. The route combines scenic train rides, ferries, mountain views, fjords, waterfalls, and tiny villages, and it genuinely felt unreal in person. I definitely think the Norway in a nutshell route is 100% worth if you're already visiting Oslo and Bergen. One thing I like about it is it's fully customizable. You can stay in one of the cities that you pass through, which I would have done if I had a lot more time. I especially liked how the travel day itself felt like part of an experience instead of just transportation. I was pretty worried that it would just feel like a long travel day, but all of the views kind of took away from the aspect, oh, I'm traveling. It just felt like another experience. Check out my Norway in a nutshell vlog after this video to see exactly how my journey went. As a solo traveler, I felt completely relaxed and stress-free. Norway in general felt pretty safe, and I noticed while I was in Bergen specifically, there were a lot of solo travelers and nomads who decided to just stay in Bergen. They've been to Oslo, they've been to other parts of Norway, but something drew them to Bergen to where they would want to stay. And honestly, I felt that because I did not want to leave when it was time for me to go. It's one of those trips where solo travel felt very normalized, and Bergen itself felt extremely safe and easy to navigate alone, even at night. If you're planning a trip to Bergen, I personally think 2 to 3 full days is a really good amount of time. This is the exact structure I followed. After finishing Norway in a nutshell and arriving in Bergen, I kept my first evening pretty relaxed because it had already been a long travel day. I checked into my hotel, settled in for a bit, then headed out to dinner at 𝗏𝗏𝗡. Day 2 was my main full day exploring Bergen, and honestly this day ended up feeling like the perfect mix of viewpoints, food, history, and solo travel moments. I started with breakfast at Baker Brunn, which immediately felt very classic Bergen. Cozy, local, and perfect for a slower morning. Plus, that cinnamon bun was truly chef's kiss. Then I took the 𝗬𝗢𝗨𝗟𝗏 funicular up to Mount Fløyen. And if you're visiting Bergen, I definitely think this is something you should do because the views over the city, harbor, mountains, and water are absolutely beautiful. Instead of taking the funicular back down though, I decided to hike back down into the city, which I honestly really enjoyed because it gave me more time to experience the nature side of Bergen. Afterward, I spent time exploring Bergen, the Bergen harbor, and did some souvenir shopping. Bergen looks exactly like the photos. Colorful wooden buildings, narrow alleyways, and this really charming atmosphere that makes Bergen feel unique compared to other cities. For lunch, I went to 𝗟𝗓𝗏, then later grabbed snacks and drinks from 𝗬𝗏𝗡𝗍, which is a good budget tip for Norway because eating every single meal out adds up fast. I chilled at my Airbnb for a little bit afterward before heading out again for a walking tour. I'm really glad I did the walking tour because learning more about Bergen's history made me appreciate the city way more. You start understanding the history of Bergen, Bergen's connection to trade, and how important the city historically was in Norway. That night ended up being one of my favorite solo travel nights of the trip. First, I went to an English comedy show at 𝗬𝗢𝗪𝗏 Irish pub, which was such a fun, unexpected activity. Then afterward, I grabbed a Norwegian-style reindeer hot dog from 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏, which you basically have to try while visiting Bergen. Later that night, I met up with some other solo travelers and got drinks at Legal. If you've made it to this point in the video, comment reindeer so I can know who my real ones are. I wish I had an extra day in Bergen. If I had that extra day, I would have spent even more time outdoors. One thing I definitely wanted to do was another hike because Bergen is literally surrounded by mountains. I want to say 7 mountains, but a lot of mountains and nature. And I feel like that's a huge part of what makes the city special. Also, really wanted, like, it was on my list and everything, but I went to the comedy show instead. I would want to spend time in Nordnes and visit the heated pool there. I've heard so many good things about it, and I think it would be such a cool experience, especially with Bergen's weather and the waterfront atmosphere. Bergen is just great for slower travel, so it's not like I would have spent an extra day there ticking things off my list. Some of my favorite moments were just walking around the city, sitting in cafes, going to the grocery store, and walking around the harbor. After this video, make sure to check out my Bergen travel vlog to see what these days actually looked like in real time, especially the 𝗬𝗢𝗨𝗏𝗏 views, Bergen, food spots, and solo travel moments around the city. Overall, Bergen is one of the most memorable and scenic cities that I've been to. It has such a great balance between nature, history, slower travel, solo travel vibes, and beautiful scenery. If I went back, I'd honestly stay longer, do more hikes, spend more time around the water, and explore even more of the surrounding nature. If you're planning a Norway trip, I definitely think Bergen should be on your list and is worth more than a quick stop. I'll see you next week.